So in today's video I'm going to show you how I coloured this beautiful page by Hannah Lynn. I'm really loving this book and I hope that you enjoy the video. Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Now this one was voted number 2 on my community post on YouTube, and then on Instagram stories as well. I did share it on there. So yeah, this is number 2. I'm going to be starting off basing the whole of the picture with alcohol markers. I'm not sure whether I'll use the Daniel Smith watercolour ground or a gesso, or just leave the page as it is. I'm not sure. I've not planned out the page, but let's just get started. So I thought I'd bring you back now, because I've done all of the skin tone. I've done the hair. I don't think the hair goes with the skin tone, but once I've shaded it all in, it should all tie together. Now my idea is, I want to do all these in greys just to make them sort of muted, so I just want her to stand out on the illustration. But I had a bit of a whoopsie in this corner. Now I could easily use the guillotine and cut that off, it's so minute, but I think I'm going to try the alcohol blending solution. Not to take it off, but to actually do some sort of, not necessarily a background, well I suppose it will be a background, but like just on the outside, and hope that I don't touch any of the illustration. If I do, it's not the end of the world, it's not the end of the world. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fill in some of the outside area and use this. Now, do not use a heat gun to dry this. I'll have to just leave it until this evening or tomorrow to carry on with this page, because I have done that before, even though it warns on the bottle, you know, don't use heat or anything like that, and my page started smoking. So yeah, take it from me, don't use a heat gun when you've used this. Now I'm doing this before I do the greys, just to limit myself. I probably should have done it at the start, but that was just an accident. So I will speed through my actual doing like colouring in the background, because I'll just be colouring in it. It's not no rhyme or reason, but I'll bring you back when I do the alcohol blending solution part. That's just a very rough layer there, you know, nothing perfect. But this is Tim Holt's alcohol blending solution used to lighten, blend and remove alcohol ink. Now I have got a video, I'll link it up here somewhere, that I did a whole background on this, and it turned out pretty cool actually. If I can get the bottle even open, there we go. And it has got a small lid spout. Now I'm thinking I was going to try and pick it up with the pipette, but it's probably going to be messier, so I'll just do it this way and just add a couple of drops here and there, start letting it dry, and see where I want to add any more. And it really does give a cool effect, but it really does wet your paper, so if you want to do this in your adult colouring boots, I'd just be aware that it's going to probably bleed through. Well, it definitely will bleed through. It definitely will bleed through. I'm trying to be as careful as I can, but it doesn't come out perfectly, this. I don't want to get it all over my desk either. So you saw me adding them 3 colours, the lighter pink, and then the more peachier coral pink, and then the lightest shade for the hair as well I used. And it's very, very strong, so when I've done this I won't have to open the window. Even me full of a cold now, I can smell something. So that's when you know it's strong. Right, so I just spurted it all over the wings then by accident. So the next time I do this technique, I am going to use the pipette. You can see it travelling. It's doing its own thing now. It probably will go on to the actual illustration. But it is what it is. It is a very messy background, this. So without getting it absolutely everywhere, I'll just lay it down there flat. See, it does get everywhere. It does get everywhere. So I'm going to go and wash my hands, open the window and then come back. So that's all sorted now. I've got some plastic sheets here that I normally put behind my colouring pages to protect the page behind. So very carefully, because I don't want to touch this again. I've got clean hands now. Lift this up and I am just going to leave it out on the side. I do think it'll probably be dry within a couple of hours if I just leave it and be a bit patient. Now luckily, just checking, can you see the bleed through on the back there? Now luckily it doesn't look like it's gone onto the wing all that much. I probably could get away with putting a little bit more and try and pull the colour, but I'll play it safe. It's gone a little bit there on the illustration, but if I'm doing all this in greys anyway, it's not the end of the world. It's only a tiny little bit. So yeah, this is the patient point now. That's the only thing with using this now. I've had this bottled of a couple of years I think at this point now. If I tilt it, it looks like it's empty, but it's like 3/4 of this left, so it does last a long time. And you saw how much I actually used then for doing this technique. But I think it's just really cool. It's really, really cool. It's really effective, and trying to get that with like a watercolour effect would be hard, and it would make your paper wave as well. Can't think of the technical name of it, but it would make your paper wave. But yeah, it's kept it nice and flat. So like I said, I'll be a bit patient. I'll come back this evening once it's completely dry, and do a mixture as well, because I noticed that some of you like the videos, the colouring pages finished in one video, which I will try my best. But obviously I like doing different parts as well. But for this one, I will do it all in one video, so there'll be time-lapse bits, just so it's not boring for you to watch. And then some real-time bits as well, like I could always come back and do a portion of the hair and then come back when it's all done. You know, that sort of thing. So yeah, I will see you either later on this evening or tomorrow. So it's the exact same day, it's just a lot later in the day. Now I did check on this about 2 hours after I'd filmed doing the background, and it had already dried, but I've only just had time now to sit down and film it. As you can see, it bleeds through just like any other alcohol marker, but it's left the page completely flat, so it's not buckled at all. So my plan is now is my Ohuhu markers, fill all these in, but I think, shall I go with the greys? I'll just try and stick to similar colours like pinks and blues maybe. I will decide. Yeah, I will decide and I will come back. So I thought I'd bring you back before I started and share my thought process. What I'm going to do is fill all these in the different greys like I mentioned. Make the candles grey as well. So it's really just her standing out in the background. But then the light sources, I'm going to make similar colours of pink and coral. So it'll hit her skin tone and it'll hit certain points of the books and light them up as well. That's what I want to do. Now, there is plenty of greys that I can work with in the Ohuhu set, but there is a lot of dark colours as well, a lot of dark greys, which I don't want to use really dark ones because otherwise the pencils won't show up. So I need to get all of my greys, which there's cool greys, warm greys, all sorts of greys in these packs that I've got. Put them all down. It says red grey. There's a lot to choose from, and that's just in the one pack. So I think that'll be enough. Like I said, one more way. I don't want to make it too dark, otherwise I'm just making it harder for myself for the pencils to show up. And I do plan on using Prismacolor today. Prismacolor, I think. Yeah, because I think that'll show up as the light source beautifully. So it's all filled in now. Now I won't be able to do my light effect until the very last thing. Excuse me. All the skin and the boots detail, all that needs to be done first beforehand. But in saying that, I'm going to have to be careful how many layers of pencil that I do actually use, because I want to do the light effect, putting more wax pencil over the top of wax pencil. It might not go as planned. So I'll do a little bit in real time and speed a little bit of it up, or just do some off camera maybe. So I've done the most of the hair with the alcohol markers, and I'm quite pleased actually with how that's turned out. I need to find just a darker, which that actually I might do the trick, and that's the first attempt of picking a colour out. Now I'm not going to sharpen this really sharp, because Prismacolors and me, they don't mix when I'm doing hair, and I end up snapping them. So let's see how I go here. I just want to add just a little bit of shadow, nothing too crazy. So like I said, I'm really pleased with how the actual hair's turned out. Maybe I should try actually doing it skin tone with the alcohol markers, a couple of different shades. I tried it a long time ago and it didn't work out, so maybe I should try again. Anyway, so just using this one pencil, which is green ochre, just to add a little bit of depth here and there. I'm not going to go crazy because I don't need to. Same with the wings as well, but I might use a little bit of maybe gel pen, I don't know, acrylic paint pen for the wings. Oh, I've recently, can I open the right drawer? No, I can't. Third time looker. I got these paint markers very recently. I bought these, so maybe I could try some of the colours on this page. I mean, there's not actually a coral colour there that I could use, so that won't suit. But there's a couple of light blue colours. These two, well, I suppose these three I could use, and maybe that green here and there. We'll see. We'll see. I've not really messed around with them all that much to say whether they're any good or not. But I do like this way of doing her, more cartoony hair. I don't think I'd get away with doing this on a more realistic picture. What I might do as well is cheat and pull a little bit of black and mix that in just a tad. Not on every single strand, just here and there where I see fit. Right, if you can hear a slight buzzing in the background, that is my daughter's camera, keeping an eye on her. So I'll add a little bit here. just really short strokes. I don't want it to stand out too much. And maybe a little bit on this fringe bit. Or my American friends call bangs. We call it a fringe. So this is basically what I'm going to do for the rest of the hair. Exactly the same thing. So, yeah, I think I'll do the rest in a little bit of a time lapse. I might come back here and there. So make sure you're not skipping through the video because you might miss bits that I'm doing real time. But yeah, I will see you soon. So this is where I'm up to now, and I'm quite pleased with it. I'm quite pleased with it. I wish I'd done the peachy pink instead of the blue though, but hey ho, doesn't matter. So it's just finishing touches now. It's finishing touches. Look how messy that is. But I'm just keeping this here so I can swatch things out. I've just got my collection of gel pens out now. Oh, what was I going to say then? The brands. And switch my iPad off as well. Watching a documentary. Anyway, I noticed this colour and this might be ideal. So I'm just going to pull a couple of colours out, swatch them out. There's Sakura Jelly Roll, there's Pentel Hybrid Duo, there's Arteza. These ones are really nice as well. I got these from that art shop that I've talked about in Manchester. These souffle ones, and there's no purple in my picture, so unfortunately I can't use that. But I've just got, I think, 2 of them. Yeah, that's a glaze. I just got 2 of them. They were the only colours. Excuse me. They were the only colours that they had available in that shop. But anyway, so I've purposely left all the pearls on her glasses empty because I wanted to fill it in with gel pen. So we want a couple of different blues. Oh no, is this a souffle one as well? Let me just double check this. No, it's not. Because it's like a matte. Yeah, that one's matte, that one's not. I'll pull that one out anyway because it might be handy. I'll pull out all of my blues there. That's like a turquoise colour. And do a bit of swatching. That's a turquoise colour as well. And that one. And that one. And then we need, I've not really got yellow. I think that's the true yellow that I've got. Maybe that one would be okay. Maybe even that one. So I'll just have a mess around with these. The other thing that I'm definitely using is my acrylic paint pen. Now I have these linked in my description. If you just type in, even though it doesn't say Sunis on here, I bought Sunis ones a while ago, and then they just disappeared. Oh, shadow, horrible shadow. They just disappeared, and they sent me this one instead, and this one is just as good in my opinion. It's really juicy, really juicy. Press it down a couple of times, and off you go. I prefer these over Posca pens. I won't say that they're better because people will swear black and blue that they're not, but everyone's got their own opinion, haven't they? So I've got loads and loads of blues and turquoises to pick from here. Do a bit of, see, I've not used these in some time, and this is why I've stopped buying loads of colouring things, because you don't use them and then they dry up like this, which is really irritating because I think I've only used this once or twice. So if anybody's got any tips on how to reactivate these pens, I would really appreciate it. What about the Arteza ones? Now I have used these ones more recently, so that one's still good. I'm not sure, that'll be a maybe. That one's just a darker version, so maybe a maybe. Pentel, I use these for so long. So I do like them 3 colours that I've pulled out there. I'm sort of steering away from the blue now after them Pentel ones. Are any of these going to work? That one's doing the same. Yep, so if you're not using your Pentels, I would test them if I was you. And use them regular. Oh, so we've got a good one here. We've got a good one here. That one's just a glittery one. I'll just stick with them for now because I feel like I'm going overboard a little bit. What's that one? That one is a turquoise green and a metallic red and green. And that's on its last legs as well. I mean, you can see how full these are, and my battery's flashing. So we'll take 2 with the gel pens. So these are the ones that I know I'm going to use. Let's test these ones out. I'm really not holding much hope. Oh, right, well that one's working a bit of fashion. This is the one that I really want to work. And it does, and this one is uber juicy, so that's perfect. And what about the Arteza ones? It's on the lime green side, that anyway. It's too green, but it's not working as well as I would like. Same with this one. So maybe what I might try is, instead of storing them upright, store them upside down. Maybe that'll do the trick. Yeah, so I might try that. I'm going to try orange with the beads, but I'm not happy with that. What about like a dark? I'm not happy with that either. Actually, I'm just going to use gel pen. Acrylic paint pen, sorry, just to fill that in. So, I mentioned these as well, didn't I? So, was there 3 colours in here that I said? And then there is a gold, actually. Maybe put a bit of gold in the wings. Yeah. So you do have to give these ones a good shake. So I'll just get on and fill in the rest of this picture. I mean, there's only a couple of details to do. Almost there. And they should be ready to use. And I know that they're fine because I've swatched them out very recently. So I will just do all the finer details now and then come back when it's completely dry. And that is my page complete. I'm really happy with it. I didn't end up using the gold, but I think I've added enough details just to highlight some areas, and I love it. I don't know if you've noticed, but I've gone for, in this new Hannah Lynn book, I'm going with different skin tones. Number 1, because I thought it would be fun, and number 2, because I've run out of skin tone colours, like natural skin tone colours that I'm used to using. And I haven't bought any new ones yet. I'm waiting for them to come on offer. But yeah, I do hope that you enjoyed the video. I'm not sure how I'm going to edit it, but either way I do hope that you enjoyed it, and seeing the marker hack as well. Like I said, it does bleed through like all alcohol markers. Apart from using my other hack with the Daniel Smith watercolour grind, there's not really much you can do about that. But with it being a printed PDF, which I thoroughly recommend this book, it was only today actually that Hannah showed one of my finished pictures on Instagram and on Facebook, so I was like fangirling a little bit. It was the Snow White one. If you follow me on Instagram you would have seen it. But I am going to film the next one as well, which is the girl at the window having a coffee, I think, or having a cup of tea, whichever way you want to think about it. And then I'm not sure if I'll film anymore. It depends if you guys want to see any more Hannah Lynn, or are you bored of it. Please do let me know in the comments. Do you like this page? Did I pull the background off, or do you think it's too much? I've never done a blue skin tone before with this colour hair. There's things that I'd change about it, and there's things that I love about it that I'll definitely do again. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to leave me a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!